Sweep Schmeep. The Pope's a White Sox fan. This is the CHGO White Sox postgame show presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app and use code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Again, this is the CHGO White Sox postgame show. I am your host, Sean Anderson. We're coming to you live from Studio B of our CHGO offices here in the West Loop of Chicago. Joey Christopoulos is our producer. As the scorebug says, Sox lost 10-0. Last time we did a show with you was on Monday. They got shut out 3-0. In between there, they lost 4-3 and 2-1. White Sox got swept in a 4-game series. This definitely puts a dent in their chances, or my claim of them going 500 in the month of May, but it's not dead yet. Hey, it's only up from here. The Pope is a White Sox fan. We'll talk about that after I talk about the Royals series. It's my job to talk about the White Sox and what they do on a baseball field. It just so happens to be that I went to a Catholic grammar school, Catholic high school, Catholic college, was an altar boy, and my grandmother would love if I went to church once in my past 10 years of my life.
But you got some intel. You have some background. Huh? A little background. You have some intel on this situation.
As MJ Lenderman said, every good Catholic thinks he could have been the Pope. And you know what? I'm not a good Catholic, and I should not be the Pope. One thing that I thought was interesting coming into this game, Sox are 10-27, losers of 3 straight, now losers of 4 straight, 10-28 on the year. CHSN got my hopes up. They flashed. White Sox win percentage in night games versus day games. Night games, a lowly 133. Ugh. In day games, 364. That's a lot better. It's gone down since today. They are losers after losing today 10-0. Chris Bubich was fantastic for the Royals. White Sox did not have an answer for them. Davis Martin was all right. His final line was 4 1/3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 2 Ks. Honestly, I say all right. He wasn't good enough. Wasn't effective enough. 2 Ks over 4 1/3 innings is nothing to write home about. 4 runs, 7 hits, just couldn't get people out today. Not great, and a really terrible week in Kansas City. We'll talk about the lowliest of lows. Joey, we're going to see if you know how to do your job. Do you know how to create a poll?
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Let's give it a shot.
Okay. Create it. Oh, you want me to direct you? Okay. All right. Let's go to the, I don't know how to do it. Let's go to the Google Chrome. Let's go to Google Chrome and type in YouTube. All right. And what we're going to be looking for is we're going to be doing the most egregious moment from the Kansas City series. Whether it's Vaughn's contact play from today, Tuesday's meltdown in the 9th inning from Cam Boozer, Chase Mydroth, Jacob Amaya, and friends, or just the 2 shutouts in general. Honestly, you could say 3 shutouts because they do score a run in Wednesday's game in the 9th inning to not get shut out, but effectively they didn't score runs for 8 innings. So here we go. What are you doing? All right, here, go to Google Chrome, go to YouTube, go to the video, click live, our live video. Yeah, right there. Go, scroll down. Yeah, bink. All right. Now click pause because this will probably play. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Okay, now move that over, and then in the right, in the chat, you could probably create a poll and figure that out from here. All right, add the button. There you go. Start a poll, most egregious moment, and you could add options. All right, so go vote in the chat if you are around, whether it's Vaughn's contact play Tuesday's meltdown, the two shutouts. The two shutouts are easy to explain. Monday, they get shut out by Cole Reagans in the opener, 3-0. Thursday, they get shut out 10-0. Really no interesting moments outside of the top of the fifth inning, which is the first egregious moment. Sox are losing 2-0 in this game. Palacios is at first, Vaughn's at third, Sosa's at bat, Bubic on the mound. Ball is chopped to third base. Vaughn goes to home on contact, and he's out at home. I just think it's fairly absurd. The play before this, after Vaughn led off with a double, it was a grounder by Palacios to Witt at shortstop. Vaughn takes third on the grounder. Vaughn ran in front of Witt. Witt was kind of stumbling. Rather than gathering himself, he kind of tried to all just do it in one motion and throw it to first. Palacios ended up being safe at first. Stone mentioned that if Witt gathers himself, he could have probably gotten Vaughn out at third base, so Vaughn was fairly lucky to be safe at third base. So then the fact that, hey, he's running on contact on a ball that's directly at Garcia. Garcia runs, charges it, and gets Vaughn fairly easily. It's frustrating. However, I don't want to be a stubborn person. I want to be able to live and learn. And Luke Smales, I'm sorry, Luke, does a lot of analytical work with college baseball, and he mentioned that on contact plays, the idea is that you would rather, even if you get the out at home, you'd rather have runners at first and second with one out than have a runner stranded at third with two outs. I don't know if I fully agree with that, and especially too, Vaughn is just so slow, and this is the second time this year that a ball's been hit to third base where Vaughn ends up going home, and he's out on this exact same contact play. The other play happened with Sosa on at bat, another lefty on the mound, TJ McFarland. There was a runner at second base. It was Tice. There was no runner at first, so there wasn't a force pushing Vaughn home in this A's situation. Tice, though, the runner at second, didn't immediately start to run to third, so Vaughn could have went back to the base and retreated. He ended up going home, being out fairly easily. Tice, in a heads-up play, advanced to third and was safe. I don't know if exactly Vaughn should have went. The thing that Luke ended up saying was logic here is that you head home to stay out of the double play. It's a tough in a split second to read that ball as potentially too slow of a ball to turn to, but you don't think, at least Luke did, think it was egregious by Vaughn. So I don't know. Dark Gift 2039 says, Vaughn sucks, Pope Schmope, the bigger question, Sox or Cubs fan, TV news saying Cubs. WGN of Chicago interviewed his brother, and he said, quote, was never a Cubs fan, always a White Sox fan. Mother was a Cubs fan. Dad was a Cardinals fan, but he was always a White Sox fan. Show the graphic. Come on. Show it. The people are ready for it. Boom. Pope Leo. Ooh, I don't know how. Is that the 14th? At Pope Leo the 14th? If I know my Super Bowls, I think that's XIV. So that would be 10, 1 before
V5?
5. So I think that would be 14. Yeah, V is 5. So the one before V would be saying that it's 14, right? So I think Pope Leo the 14th is actually a White Sox fan, despite past reports from ABC7 News, which was saying he was a Cubs fan. They were wrong, friends. Never happened. Robert Prevost from Dalton, Illinois, first U.S.-born Pope. It was the fourth ballot of the conclave that he got elected. He's 69 years young. Pope Leo the 14th is from Dalton, Illinois. He is called Bob by his family. He went to St. Mary of Assumption. His mother is a graduate of DePaul, go Blue Devils. And again, his brother told WGN TV that he was never a Cubs fan, that he was always a White Sox fan, and his brothers and siblings were always a White Sox fan. Mother was a Cubs fan. His aunts used to live on the north side. They were Cubs fans, and the dad was a Cardinals fan. But Pope's a Sox fan. I told Joey right before we went on. He's got a Paul Konerko jersey. He's got fond memories of the 2005 White Sox team. You know that the Pope knows about Juan Uribe.
He's first in line for Dick Allen bobblehead day because that's probably his generation.
Yeah. suggested the cigarette idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dan Pasqua,
he was
an idol for him growing up.
Who was it? Not me. I wasn't around.
Muscles and glasses.
Yeah. And as Jack Swanky says, what an absolute S show. We had one good series and we're back to this. Being a Sox fan is so hard.
He's right.
Not wrong. Last time I did a post-game show, I was talking about, hey, you look at this team, it's a lot better than 2024 through 35 games. They've only been shut out 4 times. In 2024, it was 8 times through 35 games. This is much better. And then they just play terribly. I mean, these are some of the worst games that we've seen. Let's go to Tuesday as we were talking about, yes, Dalton is South Side. The Ants used to live on the North Side, and they were Cubs fans. This guy's from Dalton, South Side, Sox fan. Pope is a Sox fan. Let's go to Tuesday because I already explained the Vaughn thing. I feel like he should have stayed at third. Maybe I'm wrong, but he almost got burned on the contact play in the 5th inning, going to third in general. He was lucky that Witt didn't throw to third. And then he gets burned, running on the contact play. It's a 2-0 game. You need that one run. And I mean, the Sox 8th and 9th hitter are going to be able to drive in a runner from second base. Like I think you have a better chance doing it from third, even if there are 2 outs. I'm not going to the run matrix because honestly, people find the run matrix to be boring. And the run matrix is boring. I pulled up something. I looked up contact plays on Reddit. Runner on third, 1 out is 0.865 runs on average. And bases empty, 2 outs is 0.095 runs on average. But 1.095 is because you score a run on the play. Fail case would be runner on first, 2 outs, which is 0.21 runs on average. Joey, do you follow this?
I mean, I'm just thinking of them as percentages up to 1 run.
So kind of.
So 86% of the time on third base, that run is probably going to score.
Yeah, but then people could say with 1 out, if you don't go, if it is a runner at third, 1 out, but runner is on third, 2 outs, which is 0.413 since the batter is thrown out at first. The difference between 23% there is you get the 15% I got was using Tango tier for the RE 24 matrix.
Does it equate for TW?
No,
TW?
Yeah, it doesn't.
No TW? TW?
And I just think that slow, bald, unathletic Andrew Vaughn should have parked it at third. And if that is just me being old school
know thyself.
Baseball, well, then guess what? The Pope is 69 years old. He grew up when Dick Allen was winning the MVP. So we're going to go back to old school baseball. Analytics, schmanalytics, sweep schmeep. Pope is a White Sox fan.
Yes.
Hell yes. What he was down in. They talked about him being. What was the place that he was in? Not Puerto Rico. Way lower than that. I think it was begins with a P. Anyways, we have the Hawk speaking Portuguese, and I think it was a place where they speak Portuguese. Anyways, on Tuesday, Sox are leading 3-2 in the 9th inning. Cam Boozer's on the mound. He leads off against Canna, getting a first strike, 0-1, and then throwing 4 straight balls. And then Waters comes up. He pops up an inside fastball. Chase Mydroth's playing second base. He comes charging in. I guess loses it in the lights. Charges in a little bit too much. And the ball bounces right off of his forehead. But Canna, on first base, is thinking that Mydroth is, going to catch the fly ball. He doesn't. Ball goes into the outfield. Canna runs to second base. Taylor still has a chance to throw him out at second base. All he has to do is make the throw to Amaya, and he overthrows them. So now Canna's at second. Waters is at first. Fermin comes up, and Steve Stone says, Freddie Fermin's a wonderful bunter. You have to watch out for the bunt here. And Freddie Fermin lays down a beautiful bunt. Down the third baseline, Rojas goes and covers third because Canna's running from second base. So, possibly they get the third, the force at third there. Boozer doesn't attack the ball hard enough, doesn't get a quick enough throw over to first. Fermin gets a bunt single. So misplayed there by Boozer. Boozer still could have made the play. He was just, I think, unsure if Rojas was going to charge, unsure just really what Rojas was doing in that moment, and Boozer didn't attack it enough, make the decision that, hey, I need to get this ball to first to get an out. He didn't do that. Bases are loaded. Then Isbell hits an infield fly. Thankfully, Rojas catches it, and it doesn't hit off his forehead. 1 out. And then India comes up. A 2-1 ball is hit up the middle. Amaya makes this diving stop, and he's like, I love baseball tonight. I grew up in 2007. He tries to like shovel this ball to Mydroth, completely whiffs Mydroth. Mydroth cannot get the force at second base. Amaya, like, yeah, you needed to make a kind of quick play, but you definitely had a little bit more than what he gave himself. So just missing up that play, dives, shovels, misses. They don't get a single out. Run scores. Ball game's tied. Base is still loaded. Then Witt comes up. Boozer throws a fastball that Witt hits all the way to center field. And it seemed like Boozer was a little bit miffed that Robert didn't catch the ball. But as Steve Stone mentions, it doesn't change a thing. If Robert catches it, yes, Boozer finally gets maybe a third of an inning counted. He gets 0.1 innings pitched. His whip goes down, and a hit against isn't gone against Cam Boozer. But regardless, the White Sox absolutely blow that. And then, hey, you have 3 games this series in 27 innings where they score 1 run. And the game that you have the lead on Tuesday where you score 3 runs, you absolutely blow it. Like, this was just a disgusting series. I don't know what is the most frustrating moment. It's probably just not being able to score a run on Monday, Wednesday, and today, Thursday. We have to take a break here on the CHGO White Sox podcast. We're late. Hit that thumbs up button and make sure that you are hanging out with us in the chat. Joey will shout you out if you got any thoughts. So let us know down in the comments. We got to let you know about our friends over. I got really way too excited about the Pope. Well, we got to let you know about our friends over at Sunnyside. Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary is your home for judgment-free cannabis shopping, a place where all kinds of visitors are welcome to explore, discover, and purchase a wide array of high-quality products. Sunnyside has everything you need to elevate your summer. It's a one-stop shop for all your cannabis needs. Sunnyside has an expertly curated menu with over 100 strains to choose from. Plus, they have easy online ordering and in-store pickup. Sunnyside is Illinois' favorite dispensary, with locations in the city like Wrigleyville and River North, to the suburbs like Champaign and South Beloit. I like the spot over in Elmwood Park. Go get a Johnny's Beef. I haven't tried it yet, but I know one day I'll go to the Sunnyside in Elmwood Park, and I'll go to Johnny's Beef, and I'll have a really good day. Visit sunnyside.shop for Bright Buys every day, including 50% off your first 3 online purchases. Enter promo code HICHGO at checkout to qualify for 50% off your first 3 online purchases. Exclusions apply. Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary, Bright Buys every day, only for 21 plus or Illinois medical card holders. We also want to let you know about our friends over at Circa Sportsbook. Our friends over at Circa Sportsbook is the app to bet in Illinois. Whatever the sport, the app to bet is Circa Sports Illinois. Circa Sports, it's sports betting the way it should be. Circa Sports Illinois has high betting limits, low holds, and exceptional customer service, and you can bet on all your favorite teams in every game this season. Whether it's spreads, props, futures, or in-game wagering, Circa Sports has it all. You can fund and bet like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. I feel like I have a hunch this weekend, UFC 315. First of all, Bilal Muhammad's going to win in the main event. Jack De La Maddalena, or whatever the hell the guy's name is, from Australia, will not be able to stop Bilal's ability to take down. That guy's just relentless. I think he wants to have a Chicago pay-per-view event, and it seems like 317 will be in Chicago, so that could be exciting. So, maybe bet Bilal in the, I want to call him Malal because his last name's Muhammad. Bet Muhammad in the main event. But I really don't understand why Shevchenko's a dog as a champion in the co-main event. Her past 13 fights have been UFC title fights. The woman that she's fighting has 13 MMA fights. It's a 37-year-old difference, a 37-year-old versus a 35-year-old. Like, I guess there's a little bit of a difference, but I don't know, folks. Anyways, download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Must be 21 plus or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Back here on the CHGO White Sox postgame show presented by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary with our friends over at Bet365. Do we have an update on the poll, Joe? Can you click that tab there and click refresh? Here. Yeah, you're all good. It seems like We got 59% of Tuesday's Boozer Meltdown leading the poll here, which I think is fair. Just absolutely disgusting there. We got 17 votes. If you haven't voted, hit the thumbs up and make sure you're throwing your thoughts in the chat there.
Up to 61.
61%. Yeah. Ooh, America is speaking. Let's go to, if we can, Sam's chat, and then we'll go to the thing that we got to talk about with the Crosstown series coming up. Mydroth says, or Sam says, Mydroth's error gives me flashbacks to 2021, I think, when Robert was camped under a ball and had it bounce off his head as well. Another moment that we just didn't need.
His reaction after it bounced off his dome also...
Chase?
Yeah, also might live in infamy. I mean, it's his face. It's nothing that he can do about it, but there was a perplexed look, if you will, as it glazed off the top of his rock.
I think with his just youthfulness, his freshness to the game, there was also just like, is this a living nightmare that I'm going through? Evan, too, just not getting the out at second. Like, you can make up for that. You Canna's 36 and Waters is fast, but you'd still just want to get an out. And what did they do? They didn't get an out. So yay, woohoo. That's really, 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 really fun. Anyways, we want to let you know about our very fun promotion that we have coming up. It is for the Crosstown series, Sox versus White Sox coming up. The ball knower bonus as well. Right now, if you go to our shop, you get some Cheers cash. If you place on whether the Sox or Cubs will be winning this series, you can qualify for $25 into our shop if you purchase an item on our shop at allchgo.com. And if you are right on whether guessing that the Cubs or White Sox will win the Crosstown series that's upcoming, if you are right, you get that cash. Do we have the thing explaining it, Joe?
I'm trying to find it right now.
Okay. All right. Anyways, I feel like I could explain that better. Customers must click through the link provided. So this cannot be retroactively applied through an order. So make sure you're clicking the link in the description to buy something if you do want to. You must make a purchase in order to participate. The gift card will only be applicable to future purchases once the outcome is decided. And again, you can participate and use your discount code. The gift card that will be sent to them is off the total. So if you select a $34.99 shirt and use the 20% Die Hard discount, you will receive a gift card for $27.99. I don't know if I'm supposed to saying this. Anyways, place a $25 order. Protect the winner of the Crosstown series and get a bonus gift card equal to your full order value. So go promote. Is that good enough? That was terrible.
I mean, we're going to do a more lead up heading into it.
No, I know. I'm
once
saying,
that White Sox Cubs series starts, it
was,
might all be downhill from there.
Thank God the Pope is a White Sox fan because I don't know how to do an ad read. All right. One thing that I did stick out to me was this graphic that was shown by CHSN. The last 8 starting pitchers for the White Sox, 44 innings pitched, 4 quality starts, 3.07 ERA, and a 150 WHIP. Martin makes that go up today, but still, it's just like it's not good enough because 8 starts, 44 innings, they're just not going deep enough. There isn't a guy that right now you think, oh, that's a stopper. That's going to be a guy that when you're on a 4-game losing streak will absolutely be lights out. Shane Smith, very good. But the issue that he has, it's a clear one, that once he gets to the 4th, 5th, and 6th inning, he kind of just starts to lose that steam, starts to lose that gas tank, starts to lose that stamina, and isn't really able to capitalize like he was earlier on in the game. So I just worry that they won't be able to rebound because they don't have anyone offensively at this point, with Benintendi now being on the IL. They do have some rehab assignments coming up. Corey Lee is hitting a rehab assignment. Gage Workman is hitting a rehab assignment as well tomorrow. You also have on Saturday Mike Talkman starting a rehab assignment in Charlotte. Brooke Fletcher also mentioned that I believe next week we're going to have Austin Slater starting a rehab assignment. So maybe there are some reinforcements coming for this team, but when you have Michael A. Taylor playing every single day, when you have Brooks Baldwin valiantly playing every single day, but at every single position, yikes, when you have Amaya playing fairly consistently or just actually honestly just being on the team at all. Vaughn has been absolutely terrible. And Robert, he was able to drive in a run on Wednesday. He was able to get a hit today, but just, again, not capitalizing. No home runs. I don't think he had an extra base hit today or an extra base hit this series. Just not enough at all for the White Sox offensively. It's frustrating because, again, I feel like they give better effort, but the mistakes are still there. The defense isn't perfect. It's improved, but it isn't perfect. It isn't, I don't think, still above average. The base running is a little bit improved. The jumps are a little bit better. I think they're stealing more bases than they did. They're at least being more aggressive than they did last year. But you're still seeing these weird contact plays that consistently get them in trouble and get them out at home. I don't know. They're not a solid baseball team. And then you have the fielding issues that just ruined the game on Tuesday with Mydroth, et cetera, just botching that game and not being able to finish out and getting themselves at least a win in Kansas City. But yeah, just an absolutely terrible, terrible series for the White Sox in Kansas City. Kansas City been very hot, but I don't think that's much of an excuse for the Sox because, you were in this game today, even though it's a 10-0 game and Jacob Amaya pitches. Again, fifth inning, it's a 2-0 game. And that's a moment where if Vaughn scores or is able to put himself in a position, maybe it's a one-run game. You have the 4-3 game that, again, you blow. You have the lead going into the ninth inning. And then Wednesday, you're not able to score a single run. Just an absolutely terrible, terrible team.
Well, I was just going to say, isn't a part of this one of these moments in the season right now when you're looking at it? I think the stretches of good baseball are going to be short. We all know that the stretches of bad baseball, which we've seen the last 4 days, are going to be a little bit longer. But trying to get out of not being the team of last year, as in losing 12 in a row, letting this snowball, letting this get worse and worse and worse and worse. And I think this is maybe not an inflection point, but the next couple games, let's see, can they put together a little bit of a better product and see a better result.
Yeah, and our guy Tite Boy is saying, "Hey, Chris Getz explained to the media why Elko isn't on this team yet?" No, not specifically. He's not saying Tim Elko needs to fix X to be on the major league team. Antonio also saying, when do they bring up Elko and demote Vaughn? I don't know. I honestly think that they could demote Vaughn. There's nothing right now about his play that is saying this guy needs to be on our major league roster, and he has options. I understand not wanting to send a player that has a $6 million salary down to AAA, but also maybe he needs to go to AAA. Maybe it's just a confidence thing at this point. He needs to, I think, work on his timing and start to open up to his pull side more. He got a hit today, and of course, it's a slap opposite field single. It's the double, actually. He hustled. So there you go, showing off that speed, getting into second base. But if he's going to be a first baseman, he needs to add more muscle. He needs to get bigger, and he needs to start pulling the ball with power down the left field line rather than slapping it and slicing it into the right center corner. He's not strong enough to do that. So no. And with the question of has he explained to the media why Elko isn't on the team yet? No. I thought when Dahlbeck was DFA'd, it was an easy chance to bring up Elko. They don't do that. Benintendi hits the IL. Again, kind of possible to put Elko there because Benintendi's been your DH. You can have Elko be the DH. They don't do that. And Sam even mentions, they also have Corey Julks, who's been pretty decent at Charlotte. I don't really want to see Corey Julks again, but I also didn't want to see Nick Maton again. So I think that there are some reinforcements that can be coming, whether it is Tauchman, Slater, Corey Lee, Corey Julks, or even Tim Elko. I think that there are some better players in Charlotte right now that Chris Getz could call up upon. All right, let's take a break here on the CHGO White Sox podcast, and let's talk about some prospects after the break because this Major League team is depressing. We want to let you know about our friends over at Game Time. The smartest thing that you can do as a White Sox fan is download the Game Time app and use our friends for their last-minute ticket deals. Games at 6:40, walk up at 6:38 and get the last-minute ticket deals. The games, the prices to the games go down the closer that you get to Game Time with our friends over at Game Time. If it's a 110 game, show up there at 108. It's the smartest thing that you can do. You'll save the most money possible when going to a Major League Baseball game. And this team, although we love to support them, you don't want to be paying a premium price for this not premium product.
The Pope doesn't want to pay it. He ain't going to pay it.
Well, the Pope, he's got things to do.
But he's busy. That's why he goes on Game Time, and the Pope just boom, seats done.
I don't think the Pope is using Game Time. I don't think we can.
No,
I don't think we can claim that. It's kind of in Italy right now. Is that technically in Italy? I know it's Vatican City.
The Vatican actually is its own thing.
It's surrounded by Italy.
But it's recognized by no other.
No. But that, you're not answering my. I'm more getting clarification. This is not the Game Time ad. Is the Vatican City surrounded by Rome or Italy?
Throw it in the chat.
Okay. All right. Anyways, take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHGO for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHGO for $20 off. Download the Game Time app. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. We also want to let you know about our friends over at Four Seasons. Folks, tomorrow is a very big day in my house. I have to carry up not one, but 2 window unit air conditionings. I am a good husband. I will be nice and carry and lug these up 2 flights of stairs. And I will obviously have to make, 2 separate trips with 2 heavy air conditioners. If you are lucky enough to own your own home and you have, central AC, you should probably get that fixed before it is 80 degrees next week. 2024 was officially Chicago's hottest year on record. Our friends over at Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric have been serving Chicagoland for over 50 years, and they can help you right now. Now is the time to get your air conditioning checked out, and Four Seasons experts are ready to help with your AC installation, maintenance, and repair. Maybe you're like my dad, who was a demon with the AC when I was growing up, and he would only turn it on when it was 95 degrees. Maybe you don't need to get it checked out, but maybe you're a normal person and want AC and to be cool. You should call our friends over at Four Seasons. When it's hot and humid, you want your home to be cool and comfortable. Again, unless you're my father, who is a demon and likes it boiling hot. Plumbing, electrical, heating, or cooling emergency, you need a new hot water tank or generator. Call Four Seasons with same-day installation and no extra charge for nights, weekends, or holidays. Call 866-4-SEASONS. Your trusted local experts are Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Visit fourseasonsheatingcooling.com for all their special offers and money-saving coupons. That's fourseasonsheatingcooling.com. EV asks, can we schedule an exorcism at the Rate? We have a sponsorship with Rate. So I won't, Evie, I will say to you right now, it's not non-zero. We could talk to somebody at Rate who definitely has the power to get a promotion put on at Rate Field. Will Rate want to sponsor an exorcism? Probably not.
Can I also propose,
Probably
what
not.
are we exercising? No. Are we exercising spirits, or are we exercising actual still living human beings that may or may not be in charge of making larger decisions for the organization at large? I don't think
that would that's definitely not getting approved.
Right.
I think
so. We could get the spirits cleaned up. We could do all the ghost work. Cleaned out, ready to go. The Rate's ready to roll.
That broke his leg in the right field. We need to exercise that guy's ghost. The guy that played for the A's and the Yankees. It's not Clint Frazier, but it's kind of Clint Frazier. Absolutely busted up his knee, sliding into right field. It was like an electrical box.
Didn't Todd Frazier also break his leg?
No,
Just thinking
Todd
of Frazier's
Frazier
now.
broke his nose diving into the third base side, third base foul territory side in old Arlington, and then that's when Hawk said, "I gotta go check in on him." Someone please remind me in the chat who the former Yankee and I'm thinking of. Anyways, speaking of prospects, Baseball America's Top 100 has been updated, and we want to talk about the 6 names that are from the Chicago White Sox that are in their top 100. Let's start at 93. Caleb Bonham is new to the top 100. He was not ranked in their top 100 previously. Bonham is a second-round pick from the White Sox from last year, a 19-year-old currently playing at Kannapolis. You should be pretty excited. I was not questioning of the Bonham pick. I like that they were being aggressive with going for a young player like that, and to see it pay off so far, to see his talent kind of exude from his time at Winston-Salem, I think White Sox fans should be excited. Again, is this going to be, the next big thing in Chicago? No, but we need a shortstop. The past 2 first-round shortstops that they have picked hasn't panned out too well. Jacob Gonzalez, maybe he's a major league player, but it's mostly for a glove position a la Jake Amaya. He is a left-hander opposed to Amaya being a right-hander, so at least you get a platoon advantage, but Amaya doesn't seem to be a everyday player at this point. The other one, Colson Montgomery, who we'll talk about, who isn't a part of the 6 that are in Baseball America's Top 100, again, he seemed to be like he was on the right track, was as high as 39 in the preseason, and is no longer on the Baseball America Top 100. They need a backup plan at shortstop. Shout out to Evie as well. Dustin Fowler is who I'm thinking of. Sued the White Sox. I don't think anything came up of it unless it was just, what's it called? Silent. They come to a
File out of court.
Yeah.
Settlement.
We love settlements in America. Jerry Reinsdorf loves a settlement. Yes. I don't know. It was just a joke. I don't know if that's true or not. I've never settled with Jerry Reinsdorf. But anyways, Colson Montgomery, again, off the top 100. He's been sent down to the fall complex or the Arizona complex to work on his swing with Ryan Fuller. They said on the broadcast today with CHSN that, things are going well, that they feel like they are working on the actual biomechanics of his swing. That's the one thing that gives me hope with the Colson thing is it does feel like they can explain biomechanically what's going wrong with Colson Montgomery. My biggest issue with him is not really the swing. It does seem like he can create pop still. He had an exit velocity of 115 that wasn't like straight into the dirt. It's just more the health. This is a guy that played 3 spring training games and then ran into back issues. Is this going to be a guy that can play 140 games throughout a season? We saw that with pretty much every single prospect from 2019 to 2022, is that it's really difficult for some of these guys to play full seasons. I think Colson might fit into that camp. I think the talent might be there, but definitely, some big red flags around Colson and his health.
I was just going to say, could they be intertwined? Are they trying to work on something maybe with his swing that is causing a certain amount of torque that is giving him a back issue?
I don't know.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think so.
Sure.
I think he seems to be too thin. He's 6'4". I don't know anything about being 6 feet tall. There's this one guy, shout out to Trevor Fox, his brother, I can't think of his name, but I remember Trevor telling me that his brother went through growing pains, and I was like, oh, God, that's going to be the worst day of my life.
Worse than double pain.
And guess what? I never went through any growing pains in my life because I am short. I believe that Colson Montgomery could probably relate to my guy Trevor Fox's brother, and probably went through some growing pains being the 6'4" lanky kid that he is. I mean, I know my cousin Charlie, who's 6'4" and that tall, like, you just run into problems being that tall. And I know that 6'4" isn't like tall for an athlete, but I don't know if he's strong enough, and you just run into any back problems being that tall. It's tough to be a top-tier athlete.
No, and I was just asking, too, because, forgive me, the chat's not going to like this, but Chris Bryant hurt his shoulder because of his release point with his swing. He had to change his swing. Couldn't get over the shoulder injury. Should have had surgery. Didn't. Change his swing. Lost all of his power. His production went down, and now everyone's giving him a hard time for all the other injuries he had. These things can be intertwined.
Doesn't Brian have like a degenerative back issue?
He does now, yeah.
But isn't that like genetic? Isn't that like, wouldn't he have always had the back issue?
That
I just wonder when that stuff happens for. I mean,
arthritic
Brian
conditions,
has a similar body shape.
Yeah, that's
very
why I'm
tall, lanky. So I worry about the actual.
Yeah, so if you're working on swing mechanics, maybe there's something with his lower base that they're working on, and maybe there's something that he just wasn't very productive in the minors, but you want it all to check out all the same.
Very possible. So no Colson Montgomery in the top 100 for Baseball America. Caleb Bonham out of, I think it's Okiomos, Michigan, 93rd on Baseball America's top 100. 65 on Baseball America's top 100. If you want some good news, Edgar Caro has moved up 33 spots. His last rank was 98. Originally wasn't even on the preseason top 100. They released an update after Prospects graduated. I think this was in early April, and he made it on to as the 98th prospect. He's now jumped 33 freaking spots. Make up your mind. I don't get why he was ranked so low. Most other prospect outlets have him as a top 100 prospect, so I don't understand why Baseball America was sleeping on him to start the season. But clearly, they've woken up, raising him 33 spots.
That's a big jump.
Is that just something where, like, hey, you have 100 people on a spreadsheet and you just kind of forget one name, or you delete them and then you forget to add them, and then you're like trying to reshift the entire spreadsheet, right? And then you just realize once you go to publish, like, oh no, we forgot Caro. Do you think anyone will notice? White Sox fans aren't as in touch as they used to be.
Just put it out, publish it.
It's fine. We already put it out. We already put it out.
Well, the next one, though, we'll do a course correct.
And they course correct, put him at 98, and then they course correct again.
We knew it all along. We knew it all along.
At number 60, Braden Montgomery. He's moved up 6 spots. His last ranked was 66. He's been cruising.
I think he's currently hitting a home run right now.
He's probably dreaming of hitting a home run. If you don't know, now you know. Braden Montgomery has been fantastic since they called him up to Winston-Salem. In the game before yesterday, he had 2 home runs from the left-handed side. And if that wasn't good enough, hitting 2 home runs in a game from the left-handed side, the next game he said, you know what, I want to hit a home run from the right-handed side. And you know what, I want that to be a game-winning home run. So Braden Montgomery is enjoying his time in Winston-Salem, to say the least. 8 games played, 35 plate appearances, a 367 batting average, a 457 on-base percentage. Joey, get the hell yes thing ready to go. A slugging percentage of 800, a 1.257 OPS from Braden Montgomery in his first 8 games at Winston-Salem.
Yes! Yes! Hell yeah!
That one I need. I shouldn't crumble that one up. Why did I crumble that one up? Let's go to number 55, Hagen Smith. He's down 15 spots. His last rank was 40. Not good, and honestly not good from him and Noah Schultz. Schultz currently ranks as 15th. His last rank was 10, so he drops 5 spots. Not a great result so far from the 2 lefties at Birmingham. Again, nothing like super concerning about Hagen Smith. 2.28 ERA, 23 2/3 innings pitched, 18 walks, 38 strikeouts. I think that's probably the biggest concern right now is just the walk percentages. His walk percentage, his last year was 17.3 strikeouts per 9 to 3.6 walks per 9. It was an issue in his sophomore and freshman year. The walks seems to be coming back now that he's facing tougher talent. I think that's probably now a bigger concern for Baseball America, is just, will this be a thing that plagues him? Will he be able to actually challenge guys within the zone when he goes up to AAA and AA? And then Noah Schultz too. The one concern that seems to be prevalent with Schultz is his fastball shape. Schultz, a 3.90 ERA and 27 2/3 innings pitched, 26 strikeouts, 18 walks, and then 32 hits allowed. Only 1 home run in the 27 2/3 innings pitched. So technically, worse numbers than Hagen Smith. And the big concern around Noah Schultz is the fastball shape. I don't think that he can get effective spin on his fastball from what things have said. Yeah, I miss Vinny too. Sucks that he's gone. They're not sure if like he's able to actually get the proper active spin on forcing fastballs on backspin. They also tried to work in a sinker to see if that would be more effective for his arm angle and for his shape. Doesn't seem like either are truly effective with his arm angle and his delivery. So he kind of just has to rely on 3 fastball shapes, throwing a four-seam fastball, throwing a sinker, and throwing a cutter to just kind of mix it up against hitters. It's not being effective so far. His whip last year at Birmingham was 1.016. Right now it's 1.807. I don't think it will be this bad for the entire year, but definitely a concern. And then one player that has moved up, the final player we'll talk about, number 41 on Baseball America's Top 100, Kyle Teel, up 11 ranks. His last rank was 52. I'm definitely more excited about Caro than Teel after what we've seen so far this year, but just to see that, reports are still positive on Teel, 2 thumbs up. There's nothing wrong about Teel, and I know he's been really, really hot over the past week and a half or so, but it seemed like he had a really hot start to his time at Charlotte, then cooled off a bit. Seems like he's rebounding, which is obviously a good thing, and just him being a catcher, the kind of importance of that catching position, it's probably just moving him up on the rankings. Anyways, the show has been presented by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary with our friends over at Bet365. Hit that thumbs up button and make sure you're subscribing to the CHGO Sports YouTube channel. And don't forget to click that link and buy some merch. If you do buy some merch and you choose the correct winner of the White Sox and Cubs series, you get the ball knower bonus, and you get to an equivalent amount of $25 plus gift card of your purchase. So go over and check out our ball knower bonus over in our shop down in the link below. Thank you to Joey Christopoulos for producing the show. I'm Sean Anderson. This show has been presented by Bet365. Sox lose 10-0 against the Royals. Goodbye.
We all silly like the mayor.